Alright, what's up, guys? We're on the last day of PTR. We've been testing a lot of things, Whirlwind and Medium Barbarian as well. Medium Barbarian has surprisingly been super great in PTR. I think it's mostly because of a bug, quote unquote, but you know, it is what it is. It's strong right now. Earthquake still seem to be the strongest build. I mean, I don't think anyone is surprised by that. Even on Whirlwind, even with all the changes, like I did call it earlier that it didn't make a difference, right? Like Whirlwind got the buff to his base damage, but also got a nerf on the passive. He just reworked it to be able to support what are they called? What are these things called? Weapon mastery skills, right? That's what the passive now does. So kinda useless for Whirlwind itself, sadly. The base damage just basically counteracted it, and the change to gores, like from my napkin math, it was like a buff to single target and a nerf to AoE for the most part. It should now work with all the proper multipliers. That being said, right? So at least that, but even then, just not that great. At least for now, we'll see. Now, I'm currently on my Whirlwind auto setup, which was able to push 100. You can do what, like, my gear is not even that great. Like, I only have this hit and this hit here, and the one on the helmet because of cooldown, whatever. Everything else, it's, you know, 2 out of 3 masterwork. So the build can push probably 1.5 on live, potentially. It doesn't really rely a lot on the powers. Like, for example, right now I'm using this power, which is not working. Like, the damage portion is working, but the 50% multiplier, which is the reason I kind of want to use it on the earthquake build, right, is not working. That 50% there is not working right now. So we'll get, you know, a couple of bits from that. This thing here, the 30% there, is also not working, which I would use instead of this one. There's a couple of things though. This blackmail or sabotage makes you almost immortal. You can do massive pulls. You can do like 5 packs. If you can somehow find 5 packs together, you can do it. I was able to pull 4 without taking a single inch of damage. And this one might be modified. We mostly use it to get 100% uptime on our shouts on the bosses, which just makes it so much smoother to have 100% uptime on Wrath of the Berserker, right? Because since it's only missing 5 seconds, we can get that from the shout glyph, right? From Marshall. You know, ideally, I would like it so the blisters that spawn from the Lilith power don't actually time out, or if they do, that they do the damage relative to the HP they are missing, right? Because right now, you like on high pits, you can't kill them fast enough. They are literally just there for you to proc your shout. Hopefully it gets changed a bit, but you know. One thing I've not yet tested with this build is Lilith. I'm actually... We might actually have to go to... you know, one thing I didn't talk about here is that we have... Where's this guy? Orvar's Love Bombs, which reduce the cooldown on our ultimate. We could potentially use this and use Starless. I'm not sure which one would be better since I can't actually test it right now. But you can just use this and run Starless, especially for overworld content. If you don't use Starless on overworld content, we'll not be able to sustain your Fury. You're just done. So make sure to, you know, actually swap in Starless. Yep, I'm not missing anything here, right? You would miss a bit of resist, but I don't think that matters for overworld content, let's be honest here. Yeah, for the most part, you can just put it in, you miss a bit of resist. But I don't even... yeah, you'll be fine. And then you actually need to take this. Where is that? Orvar's Blood. There we go. And now... our Wrath of Berserker should be fine still. Let's actually go check how we fare against Lilith, right? I'm actually not that... I'm assuming we'll be more than fine. But you know. You never know till you test it. Also, we can also test if I can survive the... Like, if I can just face tank it without doing mechanics. I imagine, like, if I can hit her, right? And just proc an insane amount of shields and stuff like that, I can just face tank it. But if she's not down, I probably cannot just stand around and tank it, because I need to produce Fortify to get my shields, right? So, barrier, I guess. That's the proper name. I just call it shields because, you know, they are. That's what they are, kind of. Okay. Okay. Well, the damage is there, but do we have to do mechanics? That's the actual question. I can't see anything. Oh, I went out. Well, that answers the question if you have to dodge stuff. I went out for a split second and I just died. So yeah. Might just be better off doing this, like, considering that damage is not a problem, and my cat just threw something on the ground. But considering that damage is not a problem, we might just do with the speed farming build, right? Because, like, he has immunity phases, you can't really skip that. So yeah, the waves just kill you, see? So with that in mind, we might just want to do the speed farming build. I can hear. Just had to put the cat out of the room so he just stops throwing things in the ground. But yeah, you can do it. It's just a skill issue. So, you know. Yeah, it's literally just a skill issue. If you can dodge stuff, you might just have to be careful to not spawn too many earthquakes. So you can actually see, you know, the waves and stuff like that. Okay, we proc the next immunity phase. Can we? No, we cannot do damage here. And I can't see shit. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that... you have the damage, you just have to actually be able to do mechanics, which is almost impossible with earthquakes covering the ground, right? But you just go with the speed farming build and you have so much more movement speed, and you have the teleport as well, so you'll likely just be fine. Everything else here, let's actually go do a bit, show off how we're doing here. Oh yeah, I also forgot the incense, so I was not rest capped. Let's actually, you know, let's actually try with, yeah. Let's actually try with the Starless, right? I have not tried Starless yet. Because I was trying to run the other power, but the other power is not working, right? I was not running Orvar's bombs. With Orvar, you can actually run Starless, which makes the build much easier to play. I'm not sure if it's stronger or not, but we'll find out together here in a second. We might be able to pull 3 packs here, which should be ideal. Let's get those spiders going. Where's the 3rd pack? Okay, it's here. Okay, I'm having a bit of latency issues. I need that guy to come. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, last day of PTR for sure. Can you come, please? Thank you. This is an extremely bad mob type, by the way. We might have to turn off damage numbers, because that might be the reason it's lagging a bit more. For anyone wondering, like the maximum damage I've seen is like 20 trillion. As you can see, no problem keeping the uptime on the Wrath of the Berserker. Oh, what the? I just realized that I'm not. I swapped the auto out for launching strike yesterday to test some stuff on the dummies, right? And I forgot to equip auto again. I'm still doing the weapon swapping, that's why the build is working. But I'm not doing a single ounce of damage because... okay, that just goes to prove that even with... You know, even without the auto thing, you can still do Lilith, right? That just goes to prove that, I guess. You can't do pit with that, though. You need auto. Okay, that's... the amount of pits I lost last season because of, you know, shenanigans like this was insane. The amount of times I went into pit... Okay, I'm not doing vampires. I know it's PTR, but I'm not doing vampires. Fuck that. But yeah, the amount of runs I lost last season because of things like this. I just went into the pit. I forgot I swapped something for the... because I was testing or, you know, speed farming or something like that. And then I just wiped a couple of runs and I'm like, huh, the build is not working. What's going on? You know, I mean, the best map... the best map for almost all builds this season, if they are running the shield, right? Will just be desert, because desert you can pull insane, like massive packs, right? What's the rogues and shamans? What's that? I don't think we can get the bigger pack here, so we'll just go with this. For those that don't know this work, you just hold Whirlwind down with shift pressed, so you can just cast your auto even without having to aim at anyone. That way, you can actually not, you know, not have to explode the earthquakes all the time. Because ideally you do want to let your earthquake stick for a while. It's a bit complicated to do on Whirlwind Autumn. If you can do it properly, it's really good. But even if you can just do it sometimes, right? I'm not doing it properly right now, but I'm doing it sometimes. Even if you could just do sometimes, it's still really good. That's more than enough damage for 100. Oh, we have another pack here. That's a shame. What we got here? We got... Oh, it's rogues and mods. I think I missed the guy over there, but... Okay, the humanity guy is being an ass. Just standing there. Try to pull everything down here. Awesome. This is actually really good because the earthquakes are stuck between the stairs, right? So they're all stacking up. Yeah, I dropped my thing. To be fair, I'm not trying too hard here, right? More just for, you know, viability check kind of deal. You can see I can just face tank the explosions, right? Those explosions you need to dodge normally when pushing. I just face tank them, which is insane. We should be able to get one more pack before we go out, even without that massive pain in the ass there. Hopefully, no. I guess we do this one here. This is by no means a great run either. Like, the cool thing this season is that Earthquake's builds, because of this shield, right? Even on... I probably have a tech back there, but whatever, we just connect. Even on hardcore, you can probably play them. Like, as long as you don't fuck up, like, the rotation, right? Really? Oh, vampires and snakes, that's not good. Okay, there's another pack over there, let me just... Can I click it? Guys? Okay, I could not click that shrine for the life of me. I'm not sure if we got all the vampires back here. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't, honestly. I might just try to run to the next pack after I deal with the immunity guys. They're low. The reason that guy took a lot of damage is because the Lilith, like, fists or whatever they're called, right? I really wanted to get some more back here. Still got the aggro, we can check over here. Nice. Okay. That's Serpent as well, which is great. Okay. They are the teleporting serpents, but we got a lot of pull. We got pulls on Whirlwind and on Rasta the Berserker. Damn, that was a lot of damage. But yeah, the assists, if you explode them, if you can actually kill them, the damage goes through the, like, damage resist those guys give you. Give them, I mean. So... it's kinda nice. The worst part right now is that your runs will be dictated by the boss you get, 100%. Okay, that's a shame we came here just to pick a immunity pack. Oh well. We keep going and hopefully we can reset them. Okay. Let me see if I can actually get an extra pack over here. Yes, we can. Alright. By the way, for those wondering how I know there will be a pack there, it's just muscle memory kind of deal. After doing so many of those, you eventually start recognizing patterns. Like, because there's a pattern, like there's only so many different variations, it's not completely random. There's a couple of them. And after you start picking up on the patterns, you can just kind of guess where things will be. It's not 100%, right? Sometimes I just guess wrong, but for the most part, I kind of know when there will be an extra pack here and there. Which, as you can imagine, helps a lot since you cannot use 2 though. Because you need the resist, right? Damn, this is... you really need to take out to disable numbers. I'm trying to run them because a lot of people do want to see like big numbers and stuff like that, and considering I don't really need to dodge a lot of stuff this time around. But PTR can only handle so much. Even live, this thing does like you a bit. Oh, there's a guy with a lot of HP still left. We'll need another pack. Probably don't even need to kill this guy, but you know, whatever. Okay, let's go. Just need 1 pack. Might even get away without the pack if you get a lot of... Okay, we should have a pack over here anyway. Yep. Not the best one, but you know, it's better than just running around looking for another one. Might even get away with just killing the small stuff. We'll see. See how one of the big guys took a lot of damage because I bursted one of the cocoons? Okay, 6 minutes for the boss. Depending on the boss, this should be fine. Okay, this is not great because we didn't get the cocoons right away, but we should... Yeah, we're gonna lose our Wrath of Berserker in the beginning. We can just get it back later on. Let's just play some time because without the shout, you're kind of vulnerable. The bosses do a lot of damage right now. Okay, we got the shouts, we got our shields going, so we can just go ham now. Gonna try and wait to get all the cocoons up, because sometimes they are not up and you need at least 2 of them. Assuming you have, what, 26 or something? And above, like, aspect. Right? You just need a couple of them. See, I didn't get the full thing there. As long as you get the 10-second, you're kind of fine for the most part. But yeah, you do need to be careful there. Especially if you have a lot of lag, because sometimes you just cannot keep the Wrath of Berserker up, which drops your damage significantly. This is not the worst boss, like at least survivability-wise. Or uptime for that matter, is mostly just... It just has a lot of HP. We got it to a corner, which you kind of want to try and do always. Because if you're on the corner, your earthquakes kind of stack up a bit more. It's not massive by any means, but, you know, every little thing helps. One thing to keep in mind when you're pushing as well, as you can see, my damage is slowing down right now. That's because on Barbarian, you have a lot of damage that's either when they're healthy or when they are, you know, not healthy. Forgetting the name there. Healthy is above 85 and not healthy is below 35%. So you do a lot of damage in the beginning, then you slow down for a second, but that's fine. Because you kind of have a execute phase, for those that are familiar with warriors on World of Warcraft, right? You just have that phase where you do a lot of damage. As long as you can get to that phase with like 1 minute 30 or so left, it might just be enough. We'll see if we can get there. This was a bad map anyway. I just wanted to run it to test it. We're not pushing here, we're just testing, right? So, not really fishing a lot. Again, if you can fish for a desert and get really good pulls, that's just gonna be miles ahead, because we can just do massive pulls right now. Might not finish this in time. Like, this boss has so much HP. Jesus Christ. Can I survive, Liva? I'm actually just gonna stand here and test this. Can I take it? Yes, you can! And it doesn't even take the full shield off. That's insane. The only boss I've seen that was almost able to kill me with all of this shield was the Matriarch. Like the one that just blinks around, right? That one was almost able to kill me multiple times through all the shield. Alright. We got to execute phase. It's gonna be in a second here. With 1 minute 30. Can we do it? Probably. Let's see. She hits a lot. You can see almost all of my shield just is taken away. That hurts a lot. You no longer have the stack, but the bosses do freaking hurt. But no, only 30 seconds remain. Whatever shall I do? Ooh. No way. I think she got me like I think my only cry actually got bad cooldown, right? Oh, that's unfortunate, but that was totally doable anyway. Let me actually get some. I was a bit distracted because I was trying to get some music going on, so I was trying to do it while also pushing, which clearly did not work out. But yeah, I also want to check how we are doing with... Oh, did I put the ring in here? Okay, now I have to figure out which ring it is. Probably this one, I would assume. Right, this one? Yeah, it's this one, for sure. Right. So, just to show that they both work right now, it's mostly kind of... I'm not sure. I think this, like we have right now, I think it's better. I think it's more damage. But it's harder to keep up. So like, on pit, since you're always hitting enemies, it might be fine. Outside of pit, you just run Starless. It's just much easier to play around with. But, okay, I was like, what? Okay, I'm getting rolled back. Okay, let's actually go over here. Take the... where is that? It's down here. Yeah, let's just take this. Combat text off because that surely is not helping. But that last one was totally doable, even on like bad enemies. Okay, this is an extremely bad layout, but regardless, we're still gonna do it. Unless it's an extremely bad mob. What the hell? Oh, we cannot pull more than this, I don't think. We're gonna reset. Alright. Stream is not lagging, right? It's actually Diablo. Alright. And there are no enemies. Alright. Welcome to what pushing was like on live as well. This was my pushing experience on season 6. I was just getting mad to like this is. I was literally blinking around. My build back then was kinda tanky, so I was able to actually do it. But goddamn. Is there any way for me to see the... I'm actually not sure if you can see Like if you can, what's it called? See like the FPS and latency and stuff like that. Don't think you can on Diablo, can you? I suppose not. Well, just go again. And hope we don't get that massive latency problem. I imagine it's the last day of PTR, so a lot of people are just trying to test stuff out, right? And that's why, but still. Okay, this is not a bad mob type. Layout is not ideal. I mean, if I keep getting this amount of lag, it's not gonna work, no matter how good the layout is. Yeah, this is not gonna work out. What is this, dude? Let me play the game. Come on. What? Alright. I guess we can play the game. It's just, the thing is, it's just some pets, right? So sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you just get unlucky. With that in mind, let's pop all of this. If I get it again, I'll just log out and log back in. That maybe puts me on a different server or something. That might help. Okay, bad layout. And I'm quite certain we are still lagging, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's not gonna work. I'll actually just log out and log back in. I'm lagging so much that they can't even kill me, dude. Jesus. Yeah, let's go back in. Hopefully this puts me in a different server. I'm actually surprised. Europe server should not be this... At this time of the day, they should not be this full, right? That's not a good sign, right? That didn't load. Oh no. Okay, this is a bad layout. Okay, I guess we only get to have one good pit run. And that's it. More than that, you're just asking for too much. This is a bit better than it was before, but I can actually kind of play it. Okay, I retract my earlier statement. What the hell? What am I supposed to do here? I'm pressing stuff. Well, I guess this at least just goes to show how tanky the build is, right? I certainly cannot kill them fast, but they also cannot kill me, so... Jesus. I'm doing it. We're doing it, guys. They're dying. I really wanted to show off the difference between the Starless and this thing, but like... Is it getting better now? I'll keep trying, I guess, for a bit, but like, yeah, it's still bad. That's a big one. Don't really want to do these big ones, but you know. I'm so Omega Desync because of all of the lag. Okay, let's just hit them with the Christ so they get pulled in here. Let's group up the immunity, guys. I will not make this on time, but you know, let's go for the fun of it, I guess. Oh no. Let's pull all of them in. So we don't lose aggro. Should have another pack. Yeah, another pack over here. I have no idea if I got the aggro on them or not, not gonna lie. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Awesome. What am I supposed to do? No, I'm dying. No. Oh no. Oh no. What's going on, dude? Oh, don't... Oh, fuck's sake. Don't tell me. Fucking Steam, dude. Okay, I just realized. Steam just decided to start updating. Cool. I really hate there's not an option on Steam to actually just disable updates. At least not an easy to find one. You can just kinda limit the download speed. Okay. Well, we figured out it was not actually Diablo. It was my Steam just decided, you know, it has a really important update for a game that I have not played in 2 months. You know, really important to keep it updated though. God damn it. I should have figured it out, to be fair, that's my bad. Right. Oh. We even need non-broken gear, right? Okay, this is actually a bad layout, so I might just reset it. Yeah, I'll reset. It's not worth it. Gear is broken, although I still can't die. Kinda funny. Still is super tanky. Oh, yeah. Let's actually reset, fix our gear, and get something better. This is just an extremely bad map. We got an extremely bad spawn, right? This way you can just reset and properly showcase the build. Okay. Okay, wolves and demons, not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. Layout is not super great. We might Yeah, we're resetting this one. There's no pack there. There's one over here, right? Extremely bad. You don't need a perfect layout, but like, this is just a pain to run, right? Especially since this build can pull a lot of like massive amount of packs, right? I kinda wanna show that off. And I just can't on that layout. That layout can be good, by the way, but it just depends on how the on how it spawns, I suppose. Okay, we got desert, so okay. Should have some enemies here. Cool. Oh, we're missing one of you. Whatever. Should have another pack somewhere. Okay. Let's not lose aggro over here. Already lost one back there, so... Another pack over here. There should be one there in the middle. Where is that? There we go. Make sure we don't lose aggro over here. Okay, this is just the game lagging now, right? Because, well, I'm pulling a lot of enemies, to be fair. Yeah, I've opened up the stream on my phone now, and yeah, it's only the game lagging now. That's good, at the very least. As you can see, this is extremely tanky. This is kind of bad mob type because it has the guys that they're just flying all the way over there, right? Even when I pull them in, they just kind of fly back. And sometimes they're just DC immune, so I can't pull them in. You might just be better off pulling 3 packs, because with all the lag that you get, it might not be worth it, you know? That should get it back going. We should have some stuff over here. Yeah. Now we could go back over there. Yeah. Not pull the other 2. Okay. I thought my shout had for sure hit them. Okay, let's try and fish for something over here. There should be... it's a big one. That's not ideal. Well. Let's try and get this vulnerable guy involved here. We'll just do as much damage as we can to the big one, and then we'll try to chain it into 2 extra packs. It's not lagging as much right now. Just pulling that many packs just lags the thing. You can totally do it. It's just a question if it's better or not to just, you know, not have to deal with the lag. Okay, let's go next. Remember to always just spawn an earthquake here and there, because that will make sure you don't lose aggro on stuff, right? Okay, I guess on top of an earthquake. Okay, we should have a pack over here somewhere. There we go. There's one there. We should have another up there. Okay, that's the exit. So we have one. I might lose aggro on the big guy now. Have one over here. Did we lose him? No, it's still here. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, let's kill the immunity guys first. We might be able to pull another pack, actually. I'll look for it after I deal with this immunity guy here. Okay, we dealt with it. There should be another pack here. Right? Yeah, okay. I'll lose the aggro on the ones up top. I might have, yep. It's really hard to keep aggro on all of this. I think I got all of them now. I might have lost one or two, actually. Oh well. Yeah, this mob type is not that great. They keep just jumping away, like you can see the shamans, right? You have shamans and you have the vampires, which are both kind of problematic. You don't really want to do this mob type normally. I'm just doing because it's a desert and I wanted to like showcase the fact that the build can just face tank it, right? Woo! Even the explosions from the big guy. That was the big guy explosion and we took it to the face, right? That's just how tanky it is. Insane, actually. Yeah. Don't go down, we just keep clearing. Desert should almost always... Yeah, we lost one guy here, see? Desert should almost always have enough for you to full clear. We should have a pack here that we missed earlier, I think. No. Well, this... We might have glitched back one pack somewhere. Oh well. What can you do? We just clear this and we go down, I suppose. We might have more than enough time, depending on the layout we got down below and the mob type. I think I'm missing one of the last pack I pulled. I think I'm missing one there. Yeah, that actually didn't give me as much as I expected. Damn, we got bad mob type and bad like mob distribution on the thing. Yep, it do be. What's up, Startup? Yeah, sometimes there just isn't. I mean, that was an extremely bad mob type anyway, so I was just more trying to test if the build could just tank 4+ enemies, 4+ elite pack. I'm likely not making it to the boss with enough time to kill it, but I've already done a 100 on the build. I'm more just trying to figure out, you know, what mob types it works well with and not. Would have guessed shaman and vampires are not a good combo. Dude, the guy... The guy just okay, I lost my fury. The guy just dodged both explosions from the earthquake. I'm just gonna kill another pack and reset. This is probably not enough, actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna die. We're not clearing this anyway. Right here, just let me die, bro. Thank you. I'm still wondering when they'll actually do something about like layouts and actual mob types, because they are so unbalanced. I don't think it's a good design to actually have certain mobs. Like, I don't think it's bad to have ranged mobs that kind of run away from you if they actually, you know, were kind of squishier. There's a pack over here, right? Yeah. If they were actually squishier, it shouldn't be that bad. Okay, let me go. I'm also lagging a bit. Okay, there's a pack somewhere over there. I'm gonna get it in a second. Okay. That should be leashed enough. We got a pack here. Hello, please come. That's not the stream lagging, right? It's just actually the game server's lagging, right? Yeah, this is the game servers. All right. What can you do, situation? You can get another pack over here. That should be leashed. Hopefully the pack from below actually... No. Can you guys just come, please? Really hard to do this much leeching when the servers are actually dying. I don't think... I think I lost some... Yo, can I move? Thank you. Yeah, I lost 2 of them. This is just such a bad leashing. Like, it's just taking so long to properly leash because of all the lag. Jeez. I think I lost one of the packs as well. Yeah, I definitely did, right? Yeah, I did. God damn it, dude. Let's try to leave the game again and come back in. See if it fixes the lag issues on the pit. I feel like I should be on US servers, right? And the US server actually... Oh, since it's the PTR, they might just have US servers actually. That might be the reason. Stay hydrated, by the way. But yeah. This might be just the fact that, you know, I have to play on US servers, so that might be the thing that's causing all of these problems. Maybe. Nope. You know, some layouts you just don't even try to do. Some layouts you just go next. Not even worth your time. I really wanted to properly show off the build without the Starless, but just like... Okay, maybe a good layout. Let's see. Is that vampires? That's vampires, right? run this? Okay, it was over there, I guess. There's nothing over here. Yeah, okay, there's one over there that's too far away. Whatever. I'm not particularly a fan of this layout either, so... Alright. At least we don't have to farm artificial stones, right? We can just get them for free this time. Since it's PTR. Okay, spiders and knights, I'm assuming. Knife packs in a row. Nope. No. No. For example, the problems with knights is that they have the same HP as everything else. The skeletons, right? Not knights, these are skeletons, but the problem is the same as the knights, actually. They just, you know, they just get shields. So, two things happen. You can't crit them. And... you know, they have extra HP. So, yeah. Extra HP, actually. But yeah. Like. Ooh, we got a desert. Big guy, which we don't care too much if we lose aggro on. And if I can keep the aggro, I'll keep it, right? We should have another pack over here. Yeah, we should have one on the middle. Let's make sure we don't lose aggro on that first pack. Okay, what's up? Ooh, I lost my rage. When this actually happens, you just have to wait a bit till you can actually become unstoppable again. Because your initial rage comes from T-Bolt, so you need to be careful if you actually fuck up the weapon swap like I did. You just actually have to reset your unstoppable and do it again. Okay, this is not great mob type, but I think we can make do. There's a big guy. Oh no, I was gonna say we let the big guy reset in the beginning, but apparently we didn't. He's over here. Did that guy just run off in the middle of my earthquakes? Did it just actually reset? Yeah, another guy. What? Is that my reinforcement or something? Or did the mob just actually reset? I'm just gonna assume that's my reinforcement. There's no way the mobs are resetting here in the middle of all my earthquakes, right? There ain't no way that's happening, right? Okay, let's try not to lose aggro of the big guy. Oh, I'm stuck. Should have another pack over. Yep. It's one of another big pack, another big guy pack. Okay. Got aggro on everything. We should have another pack over here. Yep. Woo, okay. This was actually a quite decent pull. We'll just kill everything until we are left with the big guy. And we just go to another group of packs. Ideally, we don't close aggro on him. The thing is, in live, we might have to do 100. without having our glyphs capped, like at 100, right? Ooh, those explosions still hurt like hell. Like, we can tank them, which is surprising, honestly. Okay, we just kill these two. Since it's two of them, and they're both kind of low, we just go. The other guy kind of survived because of his leeching off me, right? Yep. Okay. We should have like 3 pack. None in the corner. Okay, that kind of sucks. You have another one here, and yeah, we just have to do 2 packs here. The other ones are a bit too far out. Right here. What the hell are you doing over there, bro? You're just super far away and just taking aggro of the mob from me for some reason. Oh yeah, in this setup, since we are running Orevar's bombs instead of a Wandering Death Beam, which ideally would like to run if they actually fix the 50%. Ooh, another big guy. That's not ideal. Another... No. Let me out. Let me out. Right. I probably should not have picked that up before actually I pulled another bag. Can I might be able to... kind of gonna... I mean, it's crit. I already am crit capped anyway, so... Let's pull this back. We might be able to pull everything together here. We lost something over there, but I don't think... Yeah, I don't think it was the elite, so... Who cares? It's actually a rough one because we got 4 big elite. You normally never want to do that. I mean, not like you can choose, right? But you normally never want to get that many big ones because they just take so long to kill, right? I don't think they even give as much as like the smaller ones. And like depending on the modifiers they do have, you can just get some really, you know, synergistic for them modifiers that just kind of screw you over. Like if they get the extra tanky modifier with Vampiric, for example, that's hard. Hey, I killed 5k knights. Cool. Let's just go, yeah, just try to get some... Yeah, there's only 1 pack here now. And maybe one over here. Yeah. Hopefully none reset. It's cool. I got all of them. Yeah. Get over here. I don't think this will be enough. It's a shame, another desert in a row that we don't actually get the full clear from the desert. Will this be enough? I don't think it will, right? There's no way. The big guys died. Yeah, the walls also block my pull, which is annoying. Got 1 elite left. Yeah, we cleared everything. It do be like that sometimes. At least we don't have to worry about dropping stacks this time around, right? Okay, we just try to group a lot of enemies early on. Ideally without immunity, guys. And, oh, okay, don't pull the immunity, guys. No! Oh well. This should be more than enough. We're just going for the kills on the small guys. We don't really care about the big guy. The small guys should be more than enough to get us through to the boss. Yeah, alright. 620, unless you get a really bad boss, this is more than enough time to do it. You know, not the worst, I guess. It does have a lot of HP. Always try to push them against a corner if you can. You just do this by just standing on one side consistently, and they just kinda, you know, move back every now and again if you're like almost on top of them, but off one of the sides. Like, you don't have to, because it does take a lot of time. So unless you're running like Whirlwind with what's it called, the aspect that gives you damage if you stand still, right? Unless you're running with that aspect, it's not really worth it for you to spend like 1 minute to actually pull them over there. But yeah, if you can kind of nudge them there, it's always good. Like, just being against this pillar already helps a lot. Because their earthquakes just have more chances to actually spawn close to the enemy. Okay. Remember, once again, a lot of your damage was already done, 85% while they're healthy. And then we just get more damage now after they're below 35 when they're not healthy, right? That's how Barbarian damage works right now. Because you have a passive and a Weapons Master legendary node on the tree. I think it's Weapon Master, right? Weapon Master gives you 30% if I'm not mistaken, and the one on the tree gives you 15. Which is Slaying Strike, by the way. As our variants, we don't really care if they are staggered. That doesn't really increase our damage that much. So I'm saying that much, but maybe not at all, actually. Okay. Oh yeah, if they actually make it so the Lilith things, the spores that spawn here, they actually make it that you... Ooh, okay, against the wall, nice. If they actually make it so the damage you do to them actually transfers to the boss, you know, in a percentage, like the life missing from them actually does damage. Because right now we can't really explode them on high tiers. We're just using them for the cooldown on our shout. If they actually make it so the damage you do to them is important, you might actually want to get the boss against the corner. It might actually be worth it. Because then you can actually stack the spores and kill them, right? Not kill them, but, you know, do a lot of damage to them. Right now, since we can't really do it, we don't really care where they spawn. As long as they are kind of in range of our shouts, we don't really care. We only got 2 minutes left, but remember, we got a lot of damage once the boss actually goes below 35%. You can have like an execute window, like for example Warriors on World of Warcraft, right? And we are getting into that execute window, so we'll start doing a lot more damage. If I actually had my numbers up, you would be able to see, but I'm disabling them just to avoid like any potential lag that they might cause, right? Because I'm already having enough problems with lag. No, stay away. Stay against the wall. Dude, my keyboard fingers are actually kind of going numb. Oh no. You got 1 minute or no? Whatever shall we do? We got 1 minute. I'm actually joking, but this boss is so freaking tanky that we might not be able to kill it. It might actually be extremely close. Jeez. 30 minutes? 30 seconds? That 30 seconds was a bit... Like, it was 20 seconds on the thing on the right? Okay. We should... Yeah. We should have it. Yeah, we got it. Alright. Barely, but we did. But okay. What? Why did I get so many of this? So many ovals? Wait, I picked them up, right? That's a bug. I got a ton of ovals in the ground, right? But I picked them up and I didn't get anything. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh well. I mean, regardless, this was a good map, right? We did have to go to the second layer, so I don't know to what degree that was a good map. The mob type was not too great, right? You have to deal with the shield guys. It's annoying. But yeah. Since we have now seen the build, let's actually go to the pit farm. Wait, did they remove the armory from here? I swear, there was an armory here, right? Like in live, there's an armory, right? I'm not imagining things, right? There's an armory missing here. Is it anywhere else in the town? Did they move it around or something? Wait. Did they actually just remove the armory straight up? No way, right? Since when was this house open? Well, it's not in there anyway, so... Armory? Armory? Hello? It's actually gone. What? Why did they remove it? That must have been accidental, right? No way. Hello? It did the sound but didn't teleport me. I really hope some of the bugs are just like PTR things. Okay, this one is still here at the very least. This loadout is actually the speed farming setup. Let's load it up. Actually check something. Probably should. Like, by the way, just for you to see, like, most of the gear is not 3 out of 3, right? Not even close. Some of the gear is not even that great. Like, we got the 14 here. Our Fist of Fate is like, right? Oh wait, I didn't even bother to reroll the amulet. So we're missing a lot of damage there. We don't even have like +3 heavy-handed there. That's what? That's 12, 18%. A bit less than 18, but you know, we could be doing a lot more damage. Well, that explains, you know, a lot of things, I suppose. Let's actually save this gear up here. As you can see, my spinning farm setup is not even that much better, right? I think I'm over the crit cap, actually. Am I? Yep. Whatever, it's not min-max, that does not matter, right? Whatever. So you can see movement speed, you know, it's what you want anyway. Everything, I don't think I... Wait, do I even have a single... I have the Starless fully masterwork, but like... The helmet is not even masterworked at all, it's just defensive for the most part, so you don't care. Yeah. And as you can see, this is more than good enough to farm like overworld. I think speed farming on the pit is like 75 for us or something. Speed 75 with this build, you can speed farm it. With the auto, with the Whirlwind auto, you can do a pit 90 with 4 minutes, in 4 minutes, right? So might be better to just use that, but who knows. I'm running a garbage amulet, right? So you know what? Let's actually showcase this in a horde. By the way, the best way for that I found to actually get the compasses was actually killing Belial, which is insane. Like Infernal Horde for just not dropping them that much. Do I have the TP run? Yeah, okay, nice. You can see we're still running the TP run, right? Oh, I do need to swap my powers, though. We'll swap after this round. Because in this setup, I don't have to worry about the ult cooldown, right? I guess you could just run, like, you don't really need to run Wandering Dead. But it's kind of fun, first of all. Second of all, it does allow you to kill enemies like miles away from you, which is cool. Especially if you combo it with Andariel. Alright. Yeah, actually go here. I'm still waiting for them to actually add the season mechanic, the season powers to the armory, right? I have no idea why that's not a thing. We don't need the barrier here, so whatever. We can keep the Elite. That just allows us to burst Elite, right? And now just take the beam. What do we get here? Exalted Elite, let's go. Spawn the guy, run over here. The power's damage is quite strong. Like, just flat out, they're just strong. On barbs, we can't really scale it that well, though. Some of the flat damage, like the bombs that the power I was using earlier to reduce the cooldowns, right? We can kind of scale that one somewhat well. But the damage over time ones we really can't because they are not physical, they are not lead, right? So we don't really have good ways to scale them, unfortunately. Oh, Exalted Horde, let's go. By the way, Burning Rain is always the bait, unless none of the others is decent. I honestly might even take a third Exalted Horde instead of a Burning Rain. Like, if they actually make the second thing that shows up after Burning Rain, the one that spawns... what are they called? The guys that hunt you down, right? Their name, whatever. If it actually makes them spawn from every single Hellfire, or at least a lot of them, because right now you only... Like, even after you pick it, you only get, like, one spawn per round if you're lucky. They're really bad. Also, the counter on the top is bugged, not to worry about it. I think they are aware of that. Elite, we're going for Elite here. Let's hope we get double Elite in the next one. As you can see, my beam touched something, it just burns. Right? It's just insane. Like, for farming T4, as long as you actually farm your powers, almost any build will be able to do it. Because this power just they just do so much base damage that even if you're not skilling them directly, like, they should still carry your T4. I could just deal with earthquakes like I was doing earlier, right? Wait, does the beam start where you're pointing with your mouse cursor? Huh. I was not aware of that. The more you know, right? Yeah. At this point, I think we just go for the masses. Fuck it. We should be able to one-shot the boss anyway. Yeah. We just get melted either way. Spawn that, we go back, we spawn this one. Okay, that one was bugged. Unfortunate. I do love that TP around the... We might get another spawn, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, we don't. Unlucky. We'll get him next time. I do wish they made the beam just come out. Ooh. You go searching, we don't care. I do wish the beam just came out of you and not like 2 meters ahead of you. Because it just makes it so weird for Whirlwind, right? If you're spinning on top of the enemies, just kind of like, what? You know, you just miss them. It seems I killed one of Edric Maas from like all the way over there. I killed the one in here, right? All the way from over there. It's insane. The range this beam actually has. Ooh, it's out of hordes. Ooh. Do we take hordes or elite? I think we still take hordes. This is our second one. So I think we did take that. If you get another one, we just take elites down. Alright. We got a free butcher that just insta-died. So, you know? I wish there was a rune that just gave you a resource per enemy kill. Because then I'll just slap that on the teleport and I'll just be blinking around constantly. At least here, right? Maybe on farming, like overworld and stuff like that, you kinda don't want it because you'll mostly be using your TP when you actually... can I kill more? No. When you actually are kind of done with the pack, right? And you're moving on. Bursting Fins apparently was bugged on live. So... at least I was told it was. I never actually fully tested it. Apparently it was like not giving you the ether of the things you killed if they explode or something. So, not sure what that was about. The lead, let's go. I have no idea what wave I'm on. I think I'm like 8 or 9 right now. So this probably was not a bad run at all. Bling. I'm honestly kind of... I might have like an odd take opinion of the powers, but I actually wish they were more of the center of the build. Like they were the main focus of the build. I guess the reason people are kind of against it right now is because on the stream, right, they did say they kind of didn't want to make... They kind of wanted your abilities to actually do damage when talking about things like earthquakes and stuff like that for Barbarian, right? And now they just introduced boss powers that are literally carrying builds like the Sorks, I believe. They got like a 120 clear and it's mostly because of the Andariel power. They just have it as main, I think. And they just TP around and, you know, since they are not technically moving, it just counts, apparently. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but yeah, something like that. Right. We got this as the last power, that's unfortunate. I don't think there's another wave after this one. We might still get we might still get 1000 either, which is nice. Bam, bam, yeah. Bam. Look, their whole HP and damage over time, it's insane. I didn't even see that other lord, just kinda vanished. You know? Bam. Full HP. Gone. Look at that! That's just insane. Bam. Damn, we got 1100. Damn. Cool. We're missing a bit, but we get 15 from the bosses at the end. Beam. I killed this guy just with limbs. Jesus. That's insane. I'm not sure why I'm opening this. I don't need any... I actually need something from here. Scrolls of Restoration. I don't think I'll actually use them because I mostly crafted all the gear I kind of wanted to craft. But you know, that's the only thing you actually need to do wards for. You actually have to farm PTR to get this. Which, you know, some people might not be fans of, as you might guess. Wait, why is this here? This is from the other setup, right? Yep. Good thing I did not delete it. Let me just clean this up. I don't like just to have things just laying around here.
See some steel you need.
Actually want to see how we fare against the maiden boss there. Just click the thing because I don't like to have that pool there. They could probably implement just like, you know, gives you like a max of 3 that you can claim, that you can start to claim kind of deal.
It is done.
You know what? Bam. I just didn't want to see it on the bottom of the thing, right? Boom. Beam. Boom. 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 I'm gonna be so annoying if we actually end up just using this power on live. Boom. The question is, can I just stand around here in the middle? And just boom. I think I can. Boom. Ah! I got a hook. Boom. One day they will allow us to cast ultimate without cancelling that channeling from Whirlwind. One day. Beam. Wait, did she spawn? I just noticed that things... Wait a second. I just noticed that things stopped spawning, but I didn't see her spawn. I was not paying enough attention. It's just get one-shotted or something, because to be fair, I'm just standing in the middle, just spawning a bunch of earthquakes here, right? So, like, I guess. Was that a goblin? Was that a goblin? I think it was. Was it? I'll have to check on the vault, I guess, later on. Dude, I'm just standing in the middle, just beam. It's fun as fuck. I do wish, as you upgraded it, you'd get like a second and a third beam, like the boss gets, right? The boss starts us off with 2 beams, and then after you get it below like 50% or something, he actually starts spawning, or she starts spawning 3 beams, right? That would be great. Beam. Okay, yeah. He just gets one-shotted. Okay. Cool, I guess. Let me actually get gloves, because I'm still trying to look for some good gloves. Because I want to experiment with outfits of fight. For that, I actually need to get vulnerables from somewhere else. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm still trying to see how rare the compasses are on T4. Because I know they're extremely rare on T3 for some reason. On T4, I don't know. I have not done this in T4, right? Beam! Beam! Alright. Beam! Beam! Beam, 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 beam. Just you can kind of cast it in the direction you want, which is kind of cool, I guess. I haven't figured out this the last day, but you know. Oh, wait, you get 2 per cash now? Huh. I don't know why my voice went so freaking high there, but yeah. Beam, beam. Okay. We'll just spin around this. Beam. Okay, the other way around was better, I think. Beam. I don't know if I can snapshot that path, but I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, there was one thing I wanted to try actually. To see if I can snapshot the thing that consumes all your fury to actually buff the beam or your main power, right? I want to see if I can somehow snapshot it and still have enough fury for Whirlwind. There's a couple of ways I'm thinking about it. One is just lucky hit, another just reducing the cost. It might just not take all your fury away, perhaps. We'll see. I need to test that out, I almost forgot actually. Boing! 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 Oh god, my weave is showing so much. Not that it wasn't showing already, considering, you know, I'm a weeb boy right now, but yeah. No one would guess, surely. I hide it too well. Yeah, let's go. Goblin? 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 Huh. I've actually not found that many goblins after the event. Let's just open this amulet just to see if you can get... No compass here as well. Oh. Okay, this is full. You know what we gotta do, right? Oh yeah, for those wondering, I can go and do bosses right now. I mean, I think you can guess what will happen to the boss, right? I think you can guess, but we can go do it.
It is done.
Yes. Put them together. Look at them. So beautiful there. Let's actually go do some bosses, I guess. Just so people can have an idea of what happens to the boss. You know. I do wonder what happens, right? Okay. I wonder. Oop. Oh no. What the fuck was that movement from the Marshan? What? But yeah. This is not only here, right? You can actually go do Belial, which for some reason does not have immunity phases. Which surprised me. I have no idea what Belial should have at least 2 immunity phases. I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen the fight. I just went there and he died. I probably should try before the PTR ends, I should probably try and see what it does. But I just never needed to. So, yeah. I just stand here. By the way, pro tip, use your rallying cry whenever the wave comes out so you don't get knocked down. And just... whoop. It just pushes you a bit, but it doesn't actually knock you down. And now... dead. The only reason he does not die instantly is because I don't have enough fury in the beginning to actually Whirlwind, right? To proc Starless and stuff like that, but yeah. Now with that out of the way, I actually want to see if it's easier to do Lilith with this build or not. Where is that? Because on the push variant, you just don't have that much movement speed. And since you're dealing with earthquakes as well, you can't see the boss that much. So that's why... wait. It's over there. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. Alright. Yeah. I mean, we can I wonder if you can actually bug this and kill and execute her. If you actually have the... oh. It's really hard to see with all the earthquakes going on. Really extremely hard to see. But I do wonder if you can execute her, if you can inflict enough damage over time that you can actually execute her in that phase. I wouldn't be surprised if it worked, that's all I'm saying, right? Because look at that. I would not be surprised. It's coming. Oh, I killed him. Oh. I dashed twice into it. I panicked a bit, I'm not gonna lie. It's just extremely hard to see with all the earthquakes going on. Like, they had this complaint last season, right? Just visual clarity is a problem. Like, they just didn't do anything about it. Like, I could just not spawn the earthquakes, I suppose, but like, after I spawn them to do damage, they still linger. And on some builds, right, you can't really unspawn them, kind of deal. Can actually damage her? Not really, no. Ah, fuck, I went out for a second, because this is so unfair to melee builds. Why can't she be damaged, but be standing outside of the actual thing? Come on. Like, my monkey brain just goes, oh, go on top of her and do damage to her. Booga booga. But it doesn't actually work, right? Just, it's so hard to see. Oh, I'll get it done. I just want to get it done so I can say I did it, but like, Jesus Christ, so annoying. Also, your gear being broken does not really do much, as you can see. I'm actually not sure when that happened, but like, it's been like 2 seasons or so. Like this.
Ugh. I kind of popped and whip there. You see what I mean? She's just standing up there. Bullshit. Thank you. Thank you right here. Can I damage her? Nope. He's taking some sort of damage, but it's like minimal. Alright, fuck me then. We'll get it. We'll get it. Trust. We just have to do that last phase, because after that, it's much easier. Even with Earthquake, since the projectiles that actually do damage to you are kind of in the middle of the air, you can see them, even with Earthquake. Oh, is this what's doing damage? Oh, that might be it. It might be the blisters, actually. Let's do this the smart way, you know? Which is standing in a freaking corner. That's the smart way, by the way. You just one of the edges of the platform, right? That way the things will give you a lot more space to actually do the mechanic. See? That's okay. We did it the smart way. Who would have guessed? If you actually, wait, what? Wait, why is my shield not working? God damn! I have no idea what almost killed me there. And immunity phase. Nothing you can do. What? A single orb one-shots you. What? Okay, that needs to be nerfed. Like, the waves and everything, one-shotting you is fine. But a single orb one-shotting you, dude? What? I'm not necessarily extremely tanky right now. And to be fair, I was missing the full resist, but still. Okay, I didn't do this the smart way. I didn't do it the smart way. Okay, let's do it the smart way, please. Okay. I actually face tanked one of them now with resists. Still, a single orb killed me though. That should not happen. Okay, let's go in. By the way, there's ways that you can actually face tank them with the new shield power, right? The new boss power that you can get shields on. You can totally face tank that with some HP. She's immune. Oh, what? Landing on you also one-shots you, even though you barely have any time to move out. I don't think I reacted super late there, but even then, like I had blink, so I could have blinked out, but like I should not have needed to. What the hell? Make sure to lose demons. Okay. Okay, also, that's just random. She just does that sometimes. So, yeah, have fun. Okay, that part one-shotting you, like I can survive one with one hit of the waves, but I cannot survive her landing on me, which is, for some people it's a fantasy, by the way, but regardless, that should not be a thing. Since that's much harder to dodge, unlike the waves, right? The waves, you just do the mechanic properly, and you can dodge it. That thing, unless you got the blink, you cannot. I have 200% movement speed, right? And I could not dodge it. I could not just run out of it. Maybe you can do it with perfect reaction time, but like, come on. This is a game for dads, right? I'll just preemptively move around. But that's the only way. You just have to be moving earlier on, and not try to do the mechanic. That does a lot of damage. That almost killed me earlier. Bam! We have reached an immunity phase. Ooh. Okay, that's gonna... Okay, I got stuck there for some reason against the thing. I think that's the next phase, right? Yeah. Okay, a single of the globs actually one-shot me. Yikes. We can do it, but this is too punishing. Like that outside of this outside thing, almost basically one-shotting you, right? That's fine, because you don't need to go up there, let's be honest. Ooh. Alright. Back to the fact that those globs just freaking one-shot you, that's not right. And the her landing on you is also not right, because like, unless you're already moving, unless you're already predicting it, you can't really dodge it. Or you have a teleport skill, right? You have teleport skill, you can dodge it, but like, not every class. Oh wait, what? I'm not gonna lie, I was scratching my face because she was dead. She clearly was dead. What happened there? What? Got scammed. Oh, maybe it was because... oh yeah. Probably didn't kill the demons fast enough, I guess. I was not really paying attention to them that much. Can you come in, please? Please, ma'am? I guess not. Well, luckily this season I have a beam, right? Next season I might not be so lucky. And my voice can actually go out there and damage her, which is... Oof, almost walked on top of that. I got body blocked. I got body blocked by the blister, dude. What? That's tragic. That's tragic, dude. Dude, that's one of the reasons I really don't like body blocking on stuff like that, right? The fact that you cannot just run through it. Because like it just spawns randomly, you have no time to actually react to it. And if it just so happens to spawn on the wrong spot, right, it just fucks you over. Oh, I didn't. I couldn't see anything. Dude, I really hope they introduce something that just allows you to see stuff. She spawned so far away from me, right? That I just could not see it. I could not see that she had landed down, so I had no idea waves were coming. So I was in no position to actually do it. You just do this ring around the roses. You're good, Shane. Oh, that was a bit of an awkward one. Yeah, kill the demons. Ring around the roses again. This one will keep moving because she's gonna... Okay, she didn't spawn on top of me. I almost walked into the way because I cannot see it for the life of me. I just cannot with all the earthquakes going on. Jesus. They have the same problem in WoW, by the way. Like, the clarity in WoW. Like, I think they're actually making it better now, but for the longest time, like, the clarity of stuff in WoW is just so hard. Like, in Final Fantasy, like, yes, it's a bit immersion breaking and whatever, all the shenanigans, but you can see. Oh. Okay, I have no idea. Wait. I thought I had removed scrolled from my... Oh, it's because it's PTR. Okay. My scroll wheel is super sensitive, so I have removed it from my... From live, right? On live, I don't have the scroll wheel, you know, bound to actually zoom in. But on PTR, it just resets some of the stuff, so... It is what it is, I suppose. Oh, wait, what was that? I'm extremely confused. I have no idea what happened there. Oh, why is my right here with that random aura? Okay, we didn't... Okay. This time around, she only did one mechanic. And then she just stood outside of the ring. Like, that's... Come on. Tell me the designer of the fight is not a sword player without telling me, right? Okay, or a necromancer, I guess. The other two builds actually have melee builds. No, necromancer also has some melee builds, so yeah, that's just a sword player, dude. That's just a sword player designing the fight for us. There's no reason she should be standing outside of the place you can actually stand on, right? Yeah, just sword players. We dodge, we go back in. And I'm fucked. Like, where was I supposed to dodge there? With the blink, I could have gotten out of that. Let's be honest, with the blink, I could have gotten out. But let's also be honest. Again, normally you don't have a blink on bar. What am I supposed to do if I don't have a blink there? I'm just dead. You should be able to tank the slam that comes down. You just stand in the middle and you tank it. You should be able to do it. Yes. Yes. All the way over there. Good thing I do have a Vim and my boys, right? Okay, this is miserable. This is a miserable experience. Okay, they did something great, which was make it so she cannot be one-shotted, which is nice. You know, people actually have to do the fight, but for that, the fight actually needs to be properly balanced. Like, see, this is fine. Landing there is fine. Right? It's on the edge of the thing, but it's not outside. Right? It's fine. You can go to her and you can do damage. Okay, that's on me. That one was on me. I saw it. I was just looking at OBS. I was not paying attention. Like, she doesn't always spawn on the edge. Sometimes she just spawns outside, and you can't. If you go for a second outside, you just instantly die. Do the dance. For context, I've done this fight fully, like without, you know, just one-shotting her multiple times. I just can't see shit because of the earthquake, right? I had no idea she was landing there. I knew there was a wave in the middle, but like I didn't know if it was starting here, all the way in the back. Dead. When will they learn? Like, if I'm unlucky and that thing is right in the middle of one of my earthquakes, I just can't see it. Now I move and I hold my TP just in case. I have no idea where it's coming. Luckily I had my TP, so I just TP'd over the wave, but like, Jesus. Come on. The mechanics are not hard, I just cannot freaking see them. I just have to go by reaction time. I cannot like reposition most of the time, I just have to react to it. Mind you, I was a semi-pro player of Overwatch for like a year or so, but like still. That's not gonna be good for me. I'm just gonna okay. I was trying to see if I could take that damage, because then you can kinda just get ahead of the orbs. But you can't. That just does so much damage. Well, now we know. Okay, we see part of the wave there. Oh, that was clutch. I just had to react to it. God freaking damn it. At least those claw things don't actually one-shot you, because those I cannot see at all. Okay, we have our TP. We're just gonna shiz it to the TP. I don't care. Right? Whatever. What? All right, that was troll. Come on. Dude, I wish I could always play this far away. We did like FOV. kind of deal. Get him, boys. Okay. We go once, we go twice. We TP out, and then we just walk around for a second. Mark Quick's not doing enough damage. Okay, that should be enough. Ooh, that was a bit too early. That's not good. Ooh. Ooh, that was a bit... Ooh. Okay, we got it. We got it. Fuck's sake. Like, every single missile there can one-shot you. Every single one. By the way, she's bugged on PTR and always giving her spark, so if you need... For some reason you want to craft mythics, for some reason, then you can just get them. You can just kill her on T1 and get all of them. God fucking damn it. Dude, Jesus Christ. That's too hard. Like, she just one-shot you. Like, I'm by no means extremely tanky, alright? I am aware of that. But like, come on. The 20k HP, right? Okay, that's the wrong button. Come on. Okay. That's actually... I would say, yeah, we could probably go test. Oh yeah, didn't they talk about, like, a boss gauntlet thing in the stream? Like, I didn't see anything like that in the PTR. Like, an actual boss gauntlet thing. I did not see it a single time. Like, I've done this event to the end multiple times. And, like, I've just not... Oh, sorry about that. I've just not seen it at all. So I have no idea what they're talking about. Regardless, let's actually try here one of these things just to see if you can do it fast. I've not done any on T4 actually. I think they scale a bit differently, especially the boss at the end. Wait, do I even have an invitation? I do. Alright. Let's do opposite, I guess. For some reason, it's actually dropping 4k at the end instead of 2k. So there's that. You know, they are much better now. I think everywhere else was buffed, because I also got 4k from a goblin. So... Okay, yeah, we can definitely just... Beam! Yeah, for sure, we can definitely still farm this quite fast. Just get melted. Jesus. But yeah, I wouldn't mind if the season is actually more about the boss powers. But the way Diablo is balanced, I guess, they're either extremely broken or just like bad. I think right now there's two that are extremely strong. Right, the one I'm using as the main as well, which is what's it? This one and Ariel's one, and I think there's another one that's also doing a lot of damage. I can't remember which one it is. Beam. Dude, a single tick of the beam put all of the HP of that elite, like, on damage over time. That's insane. And the single tick of it killed it. So like that was way above the... Wait, what? That was fast? Wait, what? I know I'm one-shotting stuff, but still, that was fast. Normally not that fast. We might have to test one again after this one. 'Cause I think that was too fast. I have no idea why I'm actually opening that up. I'm just looking around just to check if the goblin is still all of the same. Bim. Alright. Bim. 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 Bim, 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 bim. It actually, for somewhat, follows your mouth. Can I? Bim. 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 We got 2 beams and it died. I totally... Oh yeah, this Jetikister mask, I've seen that they drop a lot here. So this might be the content that actually drops it. Let's actually run it again, because I want to see if the thing instantly completing was actually an intended thing, or if it was just a bug. Because I got a feeling that was way too fast. Like, way, way too fast. Beam. Beam. It seems the Vim actually eating stuff is also a bit off. I totally run my beam all over those elites back there, right? And they just didn't take a single tick of damage until my earthquakes actually spawned on top of them. Beam. Beam. You're basically a sorcerer now. You're just shooting an arcane beam and teleporting around, right? Beam. 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 So we go over here first, I guess, and then we just backtrack a bit. Bam. Bam. I didn't even see the enemy over there, it just died. And that was a big elite, right? Jesus Christ. I actually want to see where they go, if they just buff underperforming ones, or if they actually want this to be the norm. Oh, things are just dying before they can even spawn. That's not the beam damage, that's just earthquakes damage. Alright. So that's what I was not even looking at the map, I was looking at the minimap, right? I was noticing things were spawning, but they were just not showing up on like on the actual game down here, right? Beam. Did it die? Beam. Beam. Okay. Beam. 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 Bam. 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 Alright. Well, we got the answer. Earthquakes are just doing way too much damage that it just one shot. Alright. I wonder if they're actually gonna buff some stuff. Hopefully they actually go back on the... Oh, why am I... Whatever, I'll just pick it up. Pick it up now, I guess. Hopefully they actually go back on the change to Whirlwind, the passive. Because that was just that. Like, they could just make it so any other ability, like after you channel it for 2 seconds, you know, for the next 2 other seconds after the, like, while whirlwinding after that, and for 2 seconds after, you do 35% more damage. It doesn't need to specifically be to weapon mastery skills, right? It doesn't need to be. Like, it's not even being used. I've seen people messing around with Mighty Throw, right? Which is a weapon master skill. And they just don't use it. It's not worth it. Like, at all. Like, we basically now have an utility on the bleed because, like, the thing is, if you played bleed even before, you didn't want to take the... You didn't want to take the thing here with Violent Whirlwind. You didn't want to take Fierce Whirlwind because it didn't synergize well. You just wanted to do more damage and then you'd convert it with Berserk Ripping, right? Now you're just forced. If you play Whirlwind, you're just forced to use this one. You never use the other one. Like, for example, look at the auto one, right? You got this one with just buffs auto and gives you crit strike damage and crit strike chance per, you know, fury you had when you cast it. And this one, you normally don't take it if you're using auto, right? You just go the other one. But even then, you can take it and it still buffs auto, right? It still buffs auto. If for some reason you don't want to take this one still buffs auto. This one does not buff Whirlwind. Let's look at everything else here. Like, this just gives you Berserking, but, you know, just for upheaval, it's just like, it still buffs upheaval getting Berserking, right? This just flat out increases damage of upheaval. Gives you Berserking, which again, buffs the thing anyway. And this gives you Fury, which, you know, it's still useful. I don't necessarily like this either, but, you know, it's still useful to the ability itself, right? You can just sustain the ability with that. Rend, you know, extends vulnerable. Again, it's still useful for the ability. Again, still useful for the ability. And still useful for the ability to actually increase your damage. This is the only one that's not useful for Whirlwind itself. Right? For the core ability itself, which is like, you know, fine, I guess. Alright, let's actually go to the thing I wanted to test over here. I do hope they change that. Oh yeah, we also need to change to see if the snapshot is still in the game. There's not much use for it right now, but let me actually get a pole arm or something. I got a pole arm. Where did it go? Let's get some... What was the name of the aspect? Speed... Accelerating? Yeah, accelerating. Alright. Get that in there. And supposedly what was happening is that if you actually cast Whirlwind, proc the accelerating, and then remove the weapon, and you start whirlwinding again before the effect ends, you were able to keep the attack speed. Which goes beyond snapshotting, right? Just make this so it's easier to sustain whirlwind. Yo, give me a boss one. Or not bosses. These are bosses, alright. So, what you do is just... Yeah, let me get the guys going. You get this, you get the buff over there. See? You just go, quickly swap. And you keep the attack speed, and yeah, you still keep it. You can see I'm spinning extremely fast. If I stop spinning and spin again, I'm slower, right? I think everyone can see that difference there. So, it's still in the game. You still have to reset, you know, in the beginning anyway. You can do this, you can swap real quick. And you keep it until you stop spinning again. Right, so stop spinning, I no longer have it. So that's one of them. Okay, let's check. Like, you can't use this on pit, at least for now, right? Because you cannot swap gear there. But the fact that it stays in the game, eventually down the line, this will be useful. That's always how this kind of bug things work. If you don't actually fix it, eventually down the line, someone will find a use for it, right? Let's say there is some event overworld. Like, for example, you can do this. I think you can swap gear on the raid, right? You can swap gear around there, so you can use it there. It's just not meaningful to do it, right? You just have a strong build that can just one-shot stuff anyway. But you know, oh yeah, I'm actually not sure if people tested the raid. I'm not sure if the scaling works the same way. Regardless, the other thing I want to test here is actually a boss power. Because there's a boss power here that it's a supportive one that uses all of your resource to buff your main power. Where is that? Activating your main power. Yeah, this one. So with some, we have no. Let's actually go roll resource cost reduction. I do have the Starless, but it could work a bit differently with like an affix and an aspect. With that in mind, I'm gonna test both, right? We go over here, we roll for resource cost reduction. There we go. That's a bad roll. Let's get something a bit better. There we go. That's a bit better. We go here, we masterwork it a bit. Yeah. Whatever. Don't really care. And we go here, we masterwork it a bit.
Unexpected.
I'm gonna reset it for the first one. After that, whatever. I'm not gonna stay here trying to perfectly masterwork an item that I'm just, you know, gonna throw away in a second. Dude, they are working on something here outside of my house, like in the road, right? And I can feel the ground tremble. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Okay, it's just average masterworking experience. Okay, I had to complain. You complain, you get it, right? Whatever, I'm not gonna reset there. Oh, you can only... Oh yeah, it's because it's not GA, whatever. That's 20%. That should be more than enough to... If it actually, you know, if it actually reduces the cost by 20%, that's more than enough. So we'll see. So the idea is that resource cost reduction works on the power. I don't think it does, but you know. Wait, it does. It does. It actually does. Okay. That's something. So, with that in mind, let's actually see if the damage is there. You know, we can test that. Okay, let's actually go here. Let's activate the normal damage numbers. Okay, what was that? We should take the Fits of Fate off, right? That's probably smart. And we should take this one off as well. So that's 56, right? Okay, that's 50. It's really hard to see, dude. That's 220, right? Let's take that out. Not that one. That one goes in. We take you out. Let's see, one... Yeah, 80... Wait, two? Okay, I'm confused here. That's a bleed, right? Yeah, 82 million, that's the hit. So with the power... Actually, let's go here. Let's actually do this properly, right? Let's actually do this the proper way. We can actually keep him. Oh yeah, the proper way, we need to take a point away here as well. So that's 100k damage over time, I think, there, right? So now with this, that's millions. That's 19 million there, right? Yeah, it's 11 million. So it for sure works. I'm just not sure if you're getting the full benefit of it. That in mind, I do have something to test here. Where is that? I have this. Look at this RAM I got. I wish I had this on live, dude. I actually wish I had this on live. Imagine. Oh, that's so good. Anyway, let's actually get a random weapon to not have a random 100 sword. That's not. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Mighty throw. That will not affect the testing. So let's go here. There we go. Oh, actually, we need another sword. We need another sword to actually properly test this. That does not affect anything. Good. Yeah. Let's actually take you off, just in case. That was 7k damage over time, right? 4, 6. Yeah, the damage variance is not working on the powers, it seems. Well, we got like 4 or 5k, right? Now, let's actually try like this. Okay, we didn't have enough fury. This is gonna be hard because I'll not have to. I just have to do this after the guys disappear, right? Yeah. 12 million. Is Rama working? Oh, I think it's working, and it's working dynamically, I think. Let's say 18. Yeah, I think it's working dynamically. So, if it's actually working dynamically, and by dynamically I mean it is not snapshotting the Rama buff, it's actually checking every time, which is good for us. Because at the beginning, the damage would be lower, right? Because we have lower resource because of, this. So, there might be a world where you can just do a beam build. I don't think I have the time to properly test this. We can try. We can try though. Let's actually give it a shot. I do have some gear laying around that we can kinda use. Okay, we do want the grandfather. Do I have a better one? Surely I do. Really? We didn't get a single better grandfather? Oh, we did. Okay, there we go. That is not master. Oh, you can get some masterworks on it, I guess. You can stop being lazy and do it. We don't really care about you. We could run this to kind of buff it as well, kinda, right? We just actually have to get where is it? Another back run. Back. This one. and get the tech going. Just get the earthquakes, right? This is not the full-on build test, but it's just to see if we can actually make it to, you know, a couple of billions, maybe. We do have a lot of crit on the builds, with, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's the biggest problem, is that that thing cannot crit. And even Gushing Wounds does not work on it because it's not bleed. That's the worst part. I'm not sure what actually works for it. I'm gonna use it just for the resource and we'll see later, right? But yeah. Okay, what was I gonna get here? I came here outside for something and I can't remember what. ADHD brain, you know? Just how it is. That's not a lot of resource, but it works, I suppose. This should also work, so should this. We do go for this, right? On the amulet, I think I do have a better one laying around here that I just kind of trashed accidentally. Right? Don't tell me I actually trashed it. I saved it up, right? Yeah, there we go. This one, that should, you know, help a lot. And then we just run a random ring, I guess. Run this one. No. I have no idea why I came out here, but, you know, whatever. Let's actually go test it out. Just stack it up in the beginning, right? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, now, how much damage are you actually doing here? I don't think I see billion. Okay, I saw a billion there. We got 1,000 million damage. So yeah, it can do a billion. I'm sure we can min-max this a bit more. Right, I'm sure. Especially, we can actually increase the damage by a lot by just, yeah, putting this on. Okay. Okay, we increase the damage by a whole lot. That's mostly, it's actually mostly, okay, that's actually not test with that. Because that is adding a lot of damage. You don't want to see that. Let's just assume it's 40% higher on the damage front, right? But like, still, 1 million, we can increase it a bit more. We can take more resource, right? We can add more resource here. We can have more resource on the Paragon board. We can have a bit of different glyphs to increase the damage. But even then, I don't see it going over a couple of billion. Right, so... It's a fun concept, don't get me wrong. But like... I don't think it's going super far. See, we're getting a billion every here and there, right? Sadly, I don't think it's good enough. It's just not enough damage. Right, my earthquakes are hitting for trillions. So even if we can increase the damage of this by 10 times, even 20 times is not good enough. Right? So, yeah, that. I wish it was stronger. I really wish. It's let's actually say what it is. It's strong. We just cannot scale frostbite damage, which is, you know, full damage over time. We just cannot scale that super well on Barb. Right? I'm not even sure if Ugly Bastard is probably not even working there. Let's be honest. Because I don't think your direct damage, that's not direct damage, right? That's damage over time. So that's probably not scaling either. So this is likely useless. You just run a Perdition, I guess, for a bit more damage. We can test it, I guess, just for argument's sake, right? Let's just test it for argument's sake. I do have a Perdition here somewhere. There we go. Right, let's just check it for argument's sake. Right. How much damage are you doing? Yeah, we saw. Right. Yeah, 1.4. Yeah, it's doing a lot more damage. So, yeah, that. Where is it? What did I even drop it? There we go. Ugly Bastard does not work on it either, which is a shame. We just don't have a lot of ways to scale it. Which is sad. I don't like we have the option of Taco as well for the resource. I don't think it's enough. Our prediction 60% multiplier is likely just better. Sadly, I don't think it's actually that great. So, yeah, what can you do? It's a really funny concept, but we just don't have... Like, if that was Bleed, if we have any way to transform that into Bleed, we can actually, make use of Crit and all of that by just getting Gushing Ones, right, down here. They could just... To be fair, there's no reason Gushing Ones just needs to apply to Bleed. They could just allow it. I guess thematically it could just apply to Bleed, I guess. But if it didn't, we could actually probably make a decent build out of the Beam by itself. As it stands, nah. Just not that good. Load, yeah. Thank you very much. Let's actually throw everything in its place now. Bam, bam. You two go over here, I guess. Whatever. I don't even know why I'm organizing stuff. The PTR is ending in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So let's... Okay, we tested the snapshot. We tested the beam. It's just not that great. Although we found some nice stuff, so depending on how they rework it, we might have, we might be able to work around with that. We'll see. What else? We tested the boss. Oh, I have not done this boss yet, actually. I have not done this boss. We can just one-shot it for sure, but I want to see how it, what it actually does. Bam, beam, beam. Right. Before we summon it, let's make sure we actually have our witch powers set up. Oh, which one did I have? On the right side now? Good question. I actually can't remember for the life of me what I had on the right side. Oh, it was the Lilith one, yeah. Love your build for season 7, thanks. I hope you had fun with that. It's what I'm using right now, but just with boss powers now. Beam. Oh, this guy has an immunity phase. Interesting. Oh. Wait, I actually have to do mechanics? Wait a second. Oh. Oh, what? Okay. I thought that made me immune. I'm just messing around in PTR right now, just figuring things out, It should go down in about 30 minutes or so. So... The builds, by the way, the build still works great in Season 8. It's still one of our strongest builds. Whirlwind Alta is still one of the biggest pushes as well. So, I just came late into the season, started like 7 days ago. 7 days and you're already at 260 Paragon? Damn, that's fast. Wait, he's not immune! Wait. Okay, he is. His health is regenerated. Wait, is he regenning HP? Wait, is he actually regenning HP? What the hell is going on here? Wait a second. Okay, we're actually gonna equip something here. Where is that? Where's the one that keeps the shield? This one. Okay. What is happening there? It's just regenerating HP, right? I'm not imagining that. Oh, I can kill the things up there. Yeah, fuck. Okay, that's unfair. I cannot get up there with Barbarian. That's just unfair. If I didn't have my boys and my beam... Okay. Can't even TP over there. Okay, what do I do with this? Oh. Okay, I was not even looking at the wolves, I was just looking at the portals. But yeah, the builds. You basically just need to farm boards to get this aspect, right? After you get the execution aspect, you can just speed farm tier 4. You might not have the rune to play Whirlwind, so you might have to play Lunging Strike, right? But regardless, after you get that that aspect, you can just speed farm T4 with Earthquake. Yeah, give me a flower. Thank you. Beam! Okay, is he actually out? Okay, that's the mechanic. Can I kill him now? Kinda. Oh. Oh, there's still one there. Beam! Beam! I failed. How did I fail that? Well, okay. That just failed by itself. Oh. Okay, why are you not dead? Wait, did it die? Okay, we got it. Okay. Jesus, that took too much. So what are the big downfalls for this season? About your mindset, a lot of people are mad with the leveling and boss summoning mats or something like that. Yeah, for season 8, yep. Like, it's a bit harder for you. Like, you will not be able to snowball into T4 now. Like, you'll just have to go. Like, you can get to T4 in the first day if you want. Oh, you got Belial to spawn. But like, you actually have to grind a bit on T3. At least you will get the... Okay, this is just much easier. At least until you get the compass, right? One of these. So you can do Infernal Hordes to get this aspect. After you get this aspect on Barbarian, you can go to T4 and just speed farm it. Now, the boss powers are actually a lot. That's the thing a lot of people are a bit weirded on, is the boss powers, because they are super strong. They are not super strong for Barbarian, mind you. For Barbarian, they are nice. They are nice bonus for us. Sometimes they fix vulnerability, sometimes they give you a nice damage multiplier. But for the most part, they don't really do a lot of damage for us. Right? On farming, you can see like if I actually go out of here and I go to like Overworld, where like, let's just go here into a Helltide to have a TP here. You'll see that the power will one-shot stuff, but if you actually get into pits, the power is not good enough. Your earthquakes will be hitting for trillions, and you cannot get a power to hit above billions on Barbarian. On Sorks, however, you can actually, the power carries you to pit 120. That's simply because Sorks just have a lot better ways to scale the damage that the boss powers give you. Right? That's just how it is. So a lot of people are a bit mad about that. When it comes to boss, they're a bit harder. You can still one-shot them. That boss is actually an exception. But if I got... Okay, let me actually get out of here. Okay, let me go out. You can see, like, beam. I'm just beaming things down. They get one shot, right? Beam. They just die. Right? Even elites, look. That's their full HP. And damage over time, right? They just died. But like, if you actually go to Belial here, where is it? You'll see that besides that boss, which actually surprised me, that was my first time doing that boss. He has a lot of immunity phases, which not a lot of other bosses got that. I actually did Lilith earlier on this build, and she has a lot of immunity phases, and you can't see shit because of the earthquakes. But like, this is the Belial, right? Spoiler warning, but like, he's just gonna get one-shotted. Spoiler on that one as well, right? But like, look at this. you're still gonna be able to one-shot bosses. The only reason you don't one-shot is because you don't have Fury in the beginning, right? As soon as you get Fury, it just dies instantly. So like the bosses are easier. I don't think it's hard for you to get materials either. Like, you get a couple of them. Like, on T4, the chests on the Altides give you 2. At the end of each Undercity run, you get 4, right? These things, you get 4 at the end as well. So, like, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. What do you think will be Magic Class on Season 8? It depends if they nerf the powers. Right now, Zorks can do 120 because of the powers. Without the powers, I think most classes are at around 105, which Barbarian has a build that can do 105 right now. Bash Auto can do it. Whirlwind Auto might be able to compete with Bash Auto if they actually fix this, because that 50% there, right? It's not working right now. If it works, we might get enough damage to actually compete with them. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But regardless, we already got builds that can do 1.5 on Barbarian. And most other classes without the powers cannot really go above 1.5 that much. Like Necro did 1.7, I think. So we might like... they will nerf the power for sure. Because that's just an extreme outlier on Sword, right? Assuming that those powers are nerfed, which is Andariel 1. Like, Andariel just does a ton of damage, right? Assuming those are nerfed, at least most classes are gonna be like a bit above 105, 100, 105, and they should just stay there for the most part, which is, you know, which means they will be balanced. Barbarians is doing 105s, Necros are doing 105, I know it. I think Druids are also doing it. So I think every class has a build that can do 100. So at the very least, that's guaranteed. So there shouldn't be an extreme outlier like, you know, Season 6 with Spiritborn. And last season a bit with Necro, right? Necro, Druids was a bit strong and Barb were a bit stronger than the other 3 classes, right? So there shouldn't be a massive outlier. At least as of now. Like, I'm sure with the things that we found out on the PTR that they are gonna nerf a lot of powers, they're gonna buff other powers, the boss powers, right? And they likely will also buff and nerf other stuff. 100 with Whirlwind Auto, like, and mind you, my gear is not perfect. Like on the Whirlwind Auto gear, I've only got like 2 out of 3 Masterworks on almost all of the gear, and I don't even have a good amulet, right? And the build can clear 100 like barely above time, like 13 minutes or something. Bash Auto can do it in 8-9 minutes. But like, if you're asking about speed farming will no longer be at 100. It will likely be maybe 80-90 around there. Because builds just cannot clear they just cannot clear tier 100 fast enough. At least as of now, we'll see when it goes live. But as of now, builds just cannot clear it that fast. Which is gonna be interesting, because you need to do 100s to actually level your glyphs. And right now, we get our glyphs for free to 100, you know, because PTR. But I don't know how progressing to get your glyph will be to get them to 100. I don't think most people will get them to 100 as of now. So that's gonna be interesting. They either need to do like D3, which is you always have like a 10% chance or something to actually rank it up, or they just need to lower them to like 80 or something. I don't know. I'm not like, that's for them to figure out, right? We just like, our job as players is to point out the problems. They are the ones that need to figure out the solutions. Right? Oh yeah, that's gonna be hard for a lot of, like, if a lot of people cannot get their glyphs to 100 even with some grinding, because you kind of need to do 100 to be able to upgrade with like 10% chance or something. If they can't do it, I think a lot of people will be a bit not pleased, let's put it like that. I don't think a lot of people will be happy with that, but we'll see. Wait, there's two at the same time? Wait a second. What? Oh, this probably... I probably started this one almost at the end. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, right in the overworld, things just get one shot. Look, I killed that guy. I didn't touch it. It was just the beam. Right? Look, boom. Dead. So you can still speed farm stuff. I don't need you. Let me just... Like, again, the builds, you know, bad amulets, like, everything is 2 out of 3 masterworks. There's nothing spectacular. Like, the Fist of Fate is bad as well, right? So, farming T4 and everything else will be just fine. Take for the insight, no problem. Anytime. Like, I actually prefer that you have to farm on T3. Oh, you found a goblin. Nice. I actually prefer that you have to farm a bit on T3, because without it, it just makes it meaningless. You just always rush to T4, right? Like, while leveling in the first 2 days of the season, I actually had to spend some time on T1. You know, a couple of minutes there. I had to spend a couple of hours on T2 and I had to spend a day on T3, right? To be fair, that's mostly because the drop chance of competitors was a bit too low. Yeah, I always go Barb. I always go Barb at the start of the season, no matter what, so... I will not be starting with Whirlwind, of course, because sadly, Whirlwind is still bad early on. I'll be starting with Upheaval into Monitech Lunging Strike. And then whenever I get the back or an Igni rune, I'll just swap to Whirlwind. Before that, I don't think it's worth it. Like, even if you have a Pock rune, it's just not really worth it. Launching Strike will just make you farm that much better. I do hope they buff some of our abilities, because it's gonna be the same meta as last season, except minions are actually performing a bit right now. Like, there's actually full-on minion builds. I shouldn't say full-on minion builds. There are minions Earthquakes and minions Dust Devils, right? They're still scaling Earthquakes and Dust Devils, but those builds can actually get you up to 100 as well. But like, they're still Earthquakes or Dust Devils. They're not actually you doing damage. Mighty Throw is in the garbage, it seems. The new things don't quite work together that well. So, yeah. I'm not sure what... They also did this to Whirlwind. Okay. I guess should die, right? They gave us this. They swapped the one we had here, which was like, after 2 seconds, your Whirlwind does 35% more damage if you keep, you know, channeling. Right now, it just used to proc, you know, what's it called again? Weapon mastery abilities. And Mighty Throw was not even using. This is not even good, first of all. Like, if you can't snapshot this, which apparently you can't, it's not even good. So, hopefully they revert that at the very least, but like, yeah, everything else, we're just doing damage with our minions and our Earthquakes right now. Which is the farthest thing you can go from a Barbarian at this point. You're basically a Necro and the Druid. You're no longer a Barbarian. but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do in the. They also talked about the boss gauntlet here, right, in the event, which it clearly is not the gauntlet, right? So I'm not sure if we're missing something on PTR. Hopefully we are, because else there's nothing much to do there. Just do that in the early season to get some powers, and then you're just done. But yeah. Alright. We got 10 minutes. What else do we need to do here? Oh, I've not tested Andariel. Let me actually go to Andariel. Where is she again? Over. Okay, nice. Because I was told she also got some immunity phases as well. Alright, that's it. Okay, so was that an immunity phase? Kinda. She's gone. What? Okay, that was an immunity phase on the first thing. I think there's one at the middle now. Okay. How much damage the... Ooh, that does a lot of damage. That took all of my shield away. Ooh. Okay, we need to go through this. Ah, I went into the side thing. Okay, so she has 3 immunity phases. Alright. It's not that hard, you just need to not go into the outside thing and it should be fine. I honestly don't mind them adding immunity phases to bosses. Like, they didn't do it to all bosses, which is surprising. They just did to some. For some reason, they didn't do to Belial, which is like the big bad boss now, right? I don't know what's up with that. Did we just tank them in? Okay. I'm not sure if we tanked the beam or that clearly bugged. I'm not sure if we actually were able to tank it or whatever. What happened there? I'm not sure why I'm even opening the heads. I don't need anything. Right. Alright, bad. So Duriel has immunity phases, Lilith has immunity phases, and Dariel also has immunity phases. The Hatred boss has immunity phases, so basically... Oh yeah, and I think Uriel also has immunity phases, right? Let me check. Sorry, where is he again? It's over... yeah. Because right now, those 3 are the, like, a middle, on the ladder bosses, they're on the middle, right? Those all have immunity phases, Belial for some reason does not. I think this one kinda has an immunity phase. I don't... wait, it's not actually an immunity phase, I don't think. Maybe it is, let's actually make sure. Because I did this with lunging and I was not one-shotting him at that point. Yeah, it does not have an immunity phase, it was just a phase. So, the first bosses on the ladder do not have immunity phases, the second bosses do, and for some reason Belial, the third one, does not. You know, good to know, I guess. Alright, last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes of the PTR. We did Lilith, we already did this as well. It's all working correctly. What we missing? I already did dungeons, they are doing fine. I have not tested strongholds, but I don't think it's worth it. Right? Might be the last thing I've not tested yet, not gonna lie. That's bugged. Actually, let me look at something here. The powers. By the way, this is busted. This is really strong to keep you alive. If you're playing hardcore, you need to get this power super early on. This is Omega busted. But yeah. We also, I think we've been testing, one of my friends has been testing this with like gushing wounds as well. It doesn't seem to be performing that well. So, you know. So the busted power right now on Sorks is this one, right? They're using the main, which is a bunch of damage. And they're just scaling Fire Dot a lot because Sorks can do that, right? We don't, like, the only bleed that exists is this one. And as you can see, it's not even that big of a deal, right? Like the damage, the base damage is not even close. Like this is like four times more damage than this. It's insane. And we can't really scale fire damage over time either. So I don't think there's any other bleeds. Everything else is just not bleed. Which is kinda sad. So, yeah. Is there any bleed down here? I don't think there is. We can transform some of them into bleed if they are not dots. We can transform them into bleed with like berserk ripping. But it's not really that good. Not really worth it. So yeah. Kinda sad. No, what? Let's actually go there. I want to make double sure, right? Because normally, I have not tested the legions, because they are normally always here, and I've never unlocked this. So there should be a thing over here. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm not... I just wanted to check if the damage is fine. It is. So, everything on the world you can just... This was just the last spot I've not tried. The Legion should not be harder. I cannot test it anyway, because I don't have the things unlocked, so whatever. Everything else on the world, I think it's working right now. You can do everything with the build, which is great, right? The only time you'll struggle a bit, even the bosses you'll be fine. The only time you'll struggle a bit, is on Lilith, because the immunity fades and earthquakes, you cannot see anything, right? You cannot see anything, so yeah. Oh yeah, they removed the root holes, right? Yeah, that's the seasonal thing. Ledge. I actually think I've tested everything. Just in time, just in time. The PTR should end in like 2 minutes, so yeah. I think this is where I'm gonna leave the stream as well, you know. I'll probably try, I don't know, I might try to play Monster Hunter, because I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I don't know if I can stream it though, because that game is not optimized at all. I've tested like my setup, and it was just like, it was barely at like 67 FPS. So streaming the game might not be feasible unless I want to play it at 30. But yeah, I might give it a spin. We'll see. There's the new expansion of the second cycle. They're calling it season now, I guess, on Last Epoch, which seems really cool. There's also the season of PoE, the new PoE 2 coming out at the same time, like 2 days after. So a lot of people are not going to be happy with that. I might play one of those 2 games in a couple of days, right? I think it's like in 2 weeks or so. Till then, we'll see. But yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching the stream. Hope you had a nice time with me on the second screen for sure. But yeah, see you next time. Probably tomorrow, hopefully, if I actually can stream Monster Hunter. We'll see. If you want to know, just, you know, drop it into the Discord, because I'll announce it there for sure. So yeah, for now, bye-bye. See ya tomorrow, maybe. Bye-bye.